Hi guys. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Today I want to talk about deadlines. And like I said, guys, I today it's all about knowing short-term deadlines and long-term deadlines. Now, I think that deadlines are really crucial because every time you set a goal, I want you to set a deadline on that goal. So set your goals, whether they're short-term, whether there's something you can achieve in the next month, in the next week, in the next day, in the next hour, or if it's a long-term goal, like an ultimate life goal, I want you to have deadlines on that too. So I want you to have a deadline on when do you want to own 5 properties, 5 rentals? When do you want to own 10 rentals? When do you want to own 20 rentals? 20 rentals is the end of the road. I mean, you don't have to do more than find 20 rentals in your lifetime. If you can find 20 good rentals and just buy them and hang on to them, that's a strategy for financial freedom, because we shoot for $500 positive cash flow per property per month. So if you got 20 properties, you're at 10 grand passive income coming in. Pretty much guarantee a nice retirement and a great legacy and a nice lifestyle while you're here. So let's put deadlines on not only when we want to acquire properties by, but short-term deadlines. This is what makes Lynette such a good action taker. And I talk about action habit and having an action habit. And so I want everybody to have a really strong action habit. That just means you set short-term deadlines. So you see your to-do list. Someone with an action habit has a to-do list. They know what they want to get done. They have their action steps all laid out for them, hopefully on a roll schedule or on a schedule. And then they have deadlines for each one. Okay, so and now Lynette, we see her at events. You guys maybe have seen her at events running up and down the aisle and running around with leads and everything. And you think, wow, Lynette has all that energy. She's probably just like that at the events. She's not like that at home. She is like that at home. Okay, and the reason is why? Is because she has short-term deadlines in her brain that she sets up. So she sets her alarm for 5 o'clock, right? This is our typical day. And in the summertime anyway, because we play at 6 o'clock for pickleball pretty much every morning. So she wakes up at 5, then she wants to be on the court by 5:30. She wants to be out the door here by 5:25. She wants to be, she's got all these little short-term deadlines, and she'll see, okay, this is what I want to get done next. And I want to have that done by 3 o'clock. And then the next thing I want to have that done by 3:45. And then the next thing I want to have that done by 4:30. But she just keeps taking action. And once you're in that action, it's Newton's third law, Newton's second law or third law. Once a body is in motion, the tendency is to remain in the same motion unless acted upon by a force. That's called inertia. So we all have to use inertia, get into action and keep that action inertia, keep going all day with your action habit. And a really good way to do that is use this technique of short-term deadlines, of just every little action, every little to-do thing on your list, every action step you have, I want to get this done by this. So when I hear Lynette run, she's running around here, and it's like, I don't know, it's just a regular day at like 9:30, and I'm going, what is she running around for? It's because she's imposed short-term deadlines. Now, this is something nobody else is telling her, you have to do this by this time, this by this time. This is self-imposed short-term deadlines. Write that down, guys. Self-imposed short-term deadlines. And that's what I want you to start putting into action. And you're going to be amazed how much more you get done in a day with these short-term deadlines. Usually when we think of deadlines for our goals, we're thinking about months and weeks and, that kind of thing. But I want you to really start using this technique of short-term deadlines, literally 10-minute deadlines, and then a 20-minute deadline, and then a 15-minute deadline to get things done. And sometimes you break it down. There's this thing called chunking that I learned from Tony Robbins. And how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. If you look at that elephant and say, I got to eat that whole elephant, forget it. You walk the other way. You say, I can't do it. But if you say, okay, I'm just going to eat one bite at a time, 10 bites every meal or whatever, and you break it down, you chunk it into small chunks, then it's digestible. And so that's what you want to do, is break down your action steps into these small little chunks, digestible chunks, where you go, okay, for 20 minutes, I just got to do this and get this done. And then for the next 30 minutes, even if it's an unpleasant task, if you can think to yourself, well, I've got a deadline of 3:15, so at least by 3:15, I'm going to be done with this. So, hopefully you're not stuck with horribly unpleasant tasks that take days, because then, you'd like to get those things done with short-term deadlines. Now let's talk about long-term deadlines. I want you to also have long-term deadlines, and it's amazing what you can accomplish in 5 years when you work with short-term deadlines. So let's get long-term deadlines, have a 3-year goal, have a 5-year goal. That's when your vision board and bucket list really start to come into play, because you can envision where you could be in 5 years, and it can be significantly different from where you're at now. And so that's when you can build this, ideal dream future for yourself and really start to visualize it and use visualization absolutely to build your dreams and build your deadlines. Okay. So thank you guys for letting me know I was muted. My bad. And okay, we hear you now. Short-term deadlines. Yes. Awesome practice. That's a great technique that I want you guys to use. Great to see you, Noel, Kathy, and from California, right? Jennifer, self-imposed short-term deadlines. Yeah, so let's start working with that. Think of your things on your to-do list today, and start slapping deadlines on them. And when you start a new task or when you get a phone call, this will add a lot of urgency to your action steps, and you'll get a lot more done. And this is why, I sort of have a slower pace during the day, because I don't always do this, but Lynette does. And, you see her and she gets a ton of stuff done in a day. She's the biggest action taker I know. And a lot of it is this one technique. So use this great technique, borrow it from Lynette, use Lynette for a great role model like I do, and be successful. All right. So our affirmation for today is going to be, I use short-term deadlines. Yes, I use short-term deadlines to get things done. But that's too long. Just say, I use short-term deadlines 3 times on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I use short-term deadlines. I use short-term deadlines. I use short-term deadlines. Yeah. All right. Good job, everybody. Let's do 3 deep breaths. Good. Fill those lungs up and let it go. Okay, I'm going to talk about breathing on another time, but there's certain types of breathing exercises that you can do, like 2 short vocal breaths and then a long, deep exhale. That's to lower your blood pressure, lower your heart rate. Okay, let's do another deep breath in. Always put a smile on your face. Hold it a little bit and exhale, and another deep breath in. One more and fill it up, and then let it go. Isn't that invigorating? Yes, you should feel stronger. We might start doing some different kinds of breaths in the morning, not just breathe in, hold, and breathe out. We might do some different kinds of breath of fire and things like that. That'd be fun, huh? All right, so great to see you guys as always. Wonderful. Keep chiming in. I like to see your comments, and not just when I'm on mute and you're helping me. So guys, thanks for being here. I always love to see you. Until I see you on Monday, keep expecting success. Oops, I mean Friday. Keep expecting success, getting awesome training from the Wolf Couple, and taking action.